Hi guys, this is Prophetess Shanika Sutton and I'm here to discuss our new prayer challenge. So of late the Lord has been speaking to me about evil covenants and he's going into even more details than before where he's showing me that most times we don't see results because of evil covenants. Now what do I mean by that? Something as simple as I'll always be your friend. We'll always be together. I'll never leave your side. Simple things we say that lead us into evil covenants with evil people. The Lord also spoke to me about friendship in the Bible. David and Jonathan were knitted together by the soul and they were only friends. So it just goes to show how easy it is for us to form soul ties with people, even places and institutions by vows you take and things you sign to. Now, the Lord was speaking to me that when you pray against evil altars and you pray prosperity prayers, which you know I talk a lot about in this ministry, when you pray against witchcraft, when you pray against generational curses, it's not that these prayers don't work, they do work. But if you have covenant speaking, no matter how hard you try, you'll always go back to square one. Why? Because evil people have access to you in the spiritual realm. So let's say, for example, you were best friends with someone. This is very common, by the way. And this person was actually very jealous and you did not know. And you called them your friend, you made different vows with them, and you were so sure that this person would be by your side forever. So you would say certain things. Then you found out that this person is evil. Not only is this person evil, they're doing witchcraft. So, because of the bond that you had created in the spiritual realm, it's now easy for them to say, oh, you'll never prosper. Because they have access to you in the spiritual realm. You made a covenant with them. And God is a God who honors covenants. All throughout the Bible, God honors covenants. So if you already have a covenant speaking over your life, there is not much that God can do. So what do we do about it? We break these evil covenants. We start renouncing these friendships, these relationships, these institutions we make covenants with. We start declaring that we're new creatures in Christ. We start declaring that whatever we said to lead us into covenants, we are no longer bound by that. Those words are passed away. When it comes on to evil covenants, many times only God himself can tell you when you entered into that covenant and with who. Just the other day, the Lord spoke to me about a covenant I was in through friendship. And then the Lord has been speaking to me about covenants we enter into through joining certain churches or making certain vows to certain leaders. So when you leave their congregation or you just don't interact with them anymore, they start cursing you and it actually starts working because you had a covenant with them. So when you're praying against evil curse words and witchcraft and evil altars, it's working and your fasting is working, but something is missing. What's missing is the evil covenant that we have not yet uncovered. How do we uncover evil covenants? From my experience, through fasting and prayer. From my experience, through asking God repeatedly to show you what covenants you've entered into, because you'd be surprised. I remember listening to a minister who said he was in covenant with his workplace. He signed a document and he didn't know that in the spiritual realm he was signing away his money. And when he went on fasting, God showed him the institution and he prayed and fasted for a week, broke the covenant, and after that he got money. So it just goes to show you that where their covenant speaking, no matter what you try, they will never work. So for this prayer challenge, we are uncovering evil covenants. So what you're going to do, you're still going to use the playlist that I have on YouTube, but what you're going to do now is use the audio for exposure and revelation. While using that audio, you're going to say, Lord, expose any evil covenants I've entered into and I don't remember or I don't know. Show me the persons I've entered into covenant with. Because many times the people you've entered into covenants with, they're the persons still cursing you. They're the persons who don't want to see you do well. They're the persons who have access to you because of agreements you made with your mouth. So we're still going to be using all the audios in the playlist, but this time we're going to ask God to expose evil covenants. And when we do that, we're going to specifically start addressing those covenants. So let's say that you had a covenant with your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend. you have a soul tie with them. When the Lord shows you that you do, you're going to start saying that I am free from this soul tie. I'm free from the covenant I made with this person. I'm free from the words I declared to this person that led me into a covenant in the spiritual realm. I am free. Who the Son sets free is free indeed. Jesus Christ set me free. I'm only in covenant with him. I'm a new creature. All things are passed away. All those words that I declared that led me into a covenant with evil people, they're passed away. Now, I'm going to have an audio for that very soon, but for now, use the audio for exposure and revelation, and pray for God to expose and uncover any evil covenants. But I'll have the audio soon. I'll let you know. So I'll be live next week, Friday. Some of you, by the time you see this, it will be into the new week, which is April 26th, 2024. 8 p.m. Jamaican time. I'll be live for prophecy, for prayer, to discuss more about evil covenants. Okay, guys, please make sure you're using the audios all throughout this week. Make sure you're on this new prayer challenge. Then when we come back next week, I'll discuss more, and I'll be calling a new fast as well. And by that time, I'll have the audio out. Okay? All right, guys.